We've got a lot of talent in the backcourt for both of these squads, Clark.
Yeah, there's so many outstanding shot makers and playmakers in the backcourts across the league. I do believe it is clearly a guards league these days. All of these guys can light it up and will light you up. So clearly a shooter's league is what you see most of now.
Looking at the starting five for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Filling in the wings, Edwards and McDaniels. Towns plays the 4 with Gobert in the middle. And it's Russell in at the point. Whistle blows. Yep, that's going to be a travel. And here's Wall. Drives to the hoop. And the big finish by Wall.
This is John Wall at his absolute best. In attack mode, going right to the rack.
Now Edwards. From downtown, sinks the tray.
And, you know, for Edwards, it's about hitting the 3 consistently. This will help take his game to the next level.
And in trading for Rudy Gobert, the Timberwolves taking a Twin Towers approach with 2 7-footers in the front court. Of course, the outstanding shooting of Karl Anthony Towns means that spacing shouldn't be much of a concern.
Towns passes to Edwards. Oh, solid D from Leonard.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
And, guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
The Timberwolves have gone 1 for 3 so far. Towns up top. To the right side. Gobert passes to Towns. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Gobert with a screen on Zubac. The Timberwolves need to get off a shot here. And the basket by Gobert.
Towns showing you his unselfishness there, willing to give up the rock if his teammate has something a little better.
Outside Wall. It's George on the wing. The 3. Minnesota with the rebound.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Pass to Russell. Back to Gobert. And stolen by Leonard. Edwards against Wall. George outside. The kick out to Wall. Leonard outside. About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Off with the layup. The Timberwolves have gone just 2 for 4 from the floor. Towns a screen on George. McDaniels passes to Gobert. Now Edwards. With the second effort. And the basket by Gobert.
Just an aggressive move by Gobert, protecting the possession and getting the second chance look.
Zubac with a screen on Edwards. First free throw is good. And a new group getting ready for the Clippers. Batum is checked in for Zubac. Morris comes in for Kawhi Leonard. Powell, he's checked in for Covington. And it's Jackson in for Wall. And the Timberwolves will go for a different look here. Reed's checked in for Rudy Gobert. Anderson comes in for Karl Anthony Towns. Prince is checked in for McDaniels. And it's Noel in for Anthony Edwards. Now here's Anderson. Back to Noel. Pass to Russell. Just 3 to shoot. He hits it. Just before the shot clock expires.
Well, you know, this is just who Russell is, in my opinion, guys. A very assertive and confident player who looks to score the ball as much as he can.
Here's George. He's got 5. And count that. 2 points and a chance for one more at the line. That'll send Paul George to the free throw line. That one on Anderson. And the Clippers will go for a different look here. Zubats, he's checked in for Batum. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Morris. Covington's checked in for Powell. And it's John Wall in for Jackson. And the Timberwolves will go for a different look here. Rudy Gobert's checked in for Reed. Karl Anthony Towns comes in for Anderson. McDaniels is checked in for Prince. And it's Anthony Edwards in for Noel. It's tipped.
And you see Edwards trying to do this more, impose his will at the defensive end. Good job defensively that time.
Great work to clear some space around the rim and set himself up for that putback.
Yes, sir. That was a huge follow.
You can't be pretty, though, with those second chance opportunities. I mean, just put it in the basket.
Gobert finds McDaniels. Outside Russell. Towns a screen on Wall. Russell banked it in off the glass. Russell's gotten his second bucket of the game.
Sliding and gliding off the pick and roll. Russell makes the smart choice to take it himself.
Outside Edwards. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair. That one misses.
How about the work ethic of Anthony Edwards? Not to mention that linebacker build and the sweet shooting stroke. But what he wants most is to see his team succeed. That's what you love about AE.
George, a deep three. Oh, he got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. Paul George, he's feet. And getting it going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Clippers guys.
Attacking relentlessly, drawing fouls. They won that first quarter at the stripe.
Boy, I like the aggressive nature they're playing with here. Not playing soft at all. They're going right at him.
Kawhi and Zubats make up the front court. Paul George out there with John Wall. And it's Covington in at the small forward position. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. George's shot is good.
Really strong right there. George able to take the contact and muscle it up and in.
Here's Reed. Pass to Noel. Anderson with it. Here's Prince. Anderson inside, working on Covington. Oh, Covington with a block.
Covington's reach, the length of his arms really coming in handy when he goes up to block shots like that.
And the Clippers going with a whole new group out there. Now here's Edwards. Outside, Anderson takes the three. The rebound by Jackson. The Clippers trail. Pass to Morris. Out of bounds, it'll go to the Timberwolves. And you got to be in awe of incredible defensive efforts like this.
Close games often come down to who makes the big plays on defense. And that is one heck of a rejection right there.
Anderson with it. Jackson in his pocket. Well, Clark, you've got your good players in the league, but then there's that group that is in that elite category. What type of player commands that kind of respect?
Well, I think it's a guy who shows up every day but produces at a high level. I think you probably tip your hat to scores in that case, but there's a lot of respect and cachet given to outstanding defenders. Anybody that's excellent consistently, I think, gets a level of respect that's special.
And the Timberwolves will go for a different look here. Rudy Gobert's checked in for Reed. Karl Anthony Towns comes in for Anderson. McDaniels is checked in for Prince. And Russell is subbed in for Noel. Now here's George. He's got 10. Zubats finds Covington. No good on the triple. The Timberwolves have gotten only 1 of 4 shots to go in. Outside Russell. Towns against Leonard, and down it goes. 2 points. Towns has got his first bucket in this one.
Well, you got to respect and admire the focus of Towns. I mean, he just doesn't get rattled. He just stays with it, embraces the challenge, and keeps coming.
Minnesota in the lead.
You know, when he referred to himself as the greatest big man shooter of all time, Karl Anthony Towns certainly raised some eyebrows and sparked some debate in the NBA fraternity.
Now here's Russell. It's stolen by Wall. Oh, and the fast break for the Clippers. George, a deep three. They get it again. It's good on the putback.
Unwilling to give up on that particular possession, Wall takes things into his own capable hands there.
Russell up top. Wall covering. Edwards against George.
And despite the height disadvantage, oh my, he just attacks that interior.
You know what, guys, honestly, I didn't think he'd win that battle. I mean, that's a lot of height to give up.
And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. You know, with Towns, there's no doubt he's a lethal shooter from downtown.
Well, the numbers don't lie, man. This guy, B.A., has been around 50, 40, and 80 throughout his career. 50% field goals, 40% three, and 80% free throws. Tell me how many big guys can match up with those numbers. Very few.
Now here's Russell. Pass to McDaniels. Now here's Gobert. 6 to shoot. Right side McDaniels. And they turn it over. Shot clock violation as the buzzer sounds. Noel, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. Los Angeles has gone 0 for 2 from outside in the second quarter. Zubac with a screen on Russell. Here's Wall. And from the field after that one, 3 for 4 now.
Really good instincts from Wall on that particular play call, getting himself some breathing room, create space for his shot.
Towns down low. Leonard defending. Shot's good by Towns. Already 5 lead changes here.
Speaks to how evenly matched these teams have been thus far.
Shot by Leonard, no good. Minnesota has gone 1 of 2 from deep in the second quarter. Here's Noel. And it's rejected. They recover it. Fires the 3. Knocks down the long J.
You know, pretty much anybody can hit that shot when they're that wide open. I mean, terrible defense.
Here's George. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. Rudy Gobert picks one up.
George taking advantage of that close, tight defense, drawing the foul while taking his shot.
Some changes for Minnesota. Reed's checked in for Gobert. Anderson comes in for Karl Anthony Towns. And Prince is subbed in for McDaniels. 5-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Noel to the inside. Reed with it. Pass to Anderson. And there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. It's going to be on even to Zubac. And he drops them first. And Anderson drops them both.
Really always a plus to have a big guy stroke it from the line like that. The soft touch on full display.
Leonard for 3. Unable to get that one. The shot misses. And the first half comes to an end. We've got Second half of basketball is upon us, and we may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game we've seen so far. Paul George with a strong contribution so far in this one.
They've leaned on him to provide a lot of offense, and that's how he likes it.
And you know what? They've come at him a few different ways defensively, and nothing has slowed him down.
Setting the floor for the Timberwolves. Towns and Gobert, the towering big men at the 4 and the 5. The backcourt, it's Russell and Edwards. And it's McDaniels in at the 3.
And you know, we all know how talented Towns is. Now it's time for him to up the ante and do big things in the playoffs.
Minnesota has gone 3 of 5 from the perimeter in this game. It's Edwards on the wing. Leonard defending. Edwards can't hit.
A rare miss for him at point-blank range. That's one he'd like to have back. And Kawhi Leonard, one of 3 perimeter players to win back-to-back Defensive Player of the Year awards. It's him, Sidney Moncrief, and a young Dennis Rodman.
Here's Russell, following the score by the Clippers. Pass to Towns. That one no good. Good work defensively by Leonard. And for his career, Kawhi Leonard has more steals than fouls, Greg.
You know, B.A., he and Jimmy Butler, I believe, the only 2 players to achieve that after a decade in the league. A pretty remarkable achievement. A great move. I mean, the defense has no response.
Yeah, if that's a harbinger of things to come, he's looking at having a very big second half.
Now here's George. 15 points in the game. And the jam by George.
And you know what? For me, these don't show exactly how great an athlete George is. I mean, sometimes you're surprised that the basket doesn't come down with the force he punches it with.
Here's Towns. 5 points in the game. 3-pointer off the mark. And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. Leonard for 3. And it's Gobert with a rebound. Gobert's got the glass covered here tonight. That's 11 boards for him. Leonard passes to George. And the jam by George.
When George starts to heat up like that, it elevates his whole team. They're loving his scoring right now.
Pass to Towns. Over Leonard. The shot by Towns, no good. Los Angeles has gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the third. George drives in, and the jam by George.
One of the great athletes in the league, and there are a bunch of them, but he's at the top of the list. Ferocity on that throwdown from Paul George.
Towns on a screen. Now here's McDaniels. Boy, he's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Here's Gobert. The Clippers grab the miss. Zubac has got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Covington. And again, it's the Clippers.
You get open, and Wall will find you. He's got one of the best assist averages in NBA history.
Pass to McDaniels. George with a steal. Leonard with the ball. He's picked up by Edwards. George outside. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
I like the intensity that George plays with down inside. It's really what earns him a lot of these calls.
And the Timberwolves will go for a different look here. Reed's checked in for Rudy Gobert. Anderson comes in for Karl Anthony Towns. Prince is checked in for McDaniels. And it's Noel in for Edwards. Anderson for 3. Sinks it from distance. Anderson's got 5.
Oh, what a crafty move, causing the defender to pause right there.
George passes to Zubac. Here's Noel. George defending. Oh, he muscles it in through the contact. They call the foul, and he's on his way to the line.
You got to appreciate the consistency. Night in and night out, he brings it.
Both teams deciding to change it up.
You know, when D'Angelo Russell came into the league, he was really primarily seen as a point guard, and that's what I like most about him, his vision and his passing ability, but he's actually changed that image and impression over time.
When it's this close, every bucket matters. You need good looks.
Anderson with a screen. Pass to McLaughlin. There's 48 seconds left to play in the third. Kicks it out to Anderson. It's rebounded by Morris. The Clippers have gone 6 for 9 in the half. Powell right side. Here's Mann. Looking for his first basket, still in this one. Morris sets a screen. The runner inside. Rebound Minnesota.
Boy, you've got to be there defensively. I mean, that's an easy mid-range jumper that he'll typically drain.
To the left wing. Reed for 3. He's off from three.
Solid in guarding both post and perimeter players. That gives him...
And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, just shredding the defense with that feed. Zero chance to stop that.
Yeah, that's just a brilliant read of the defense. I mean, it was also excellent anticipation of the movement of his teammates before the pass. Just great harmony on all sides.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. Jackson and Powell make up the backcourt. Nicholas Batum out there with Marcus Morris. And it's man in at the three, small forward. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Here's Prince. Oh, a big finish with a one-handed jam.
Prince can really elevate now. He plays much bigger than 6'7", and we just saw an example of that there.
Inside, and stolen by Edwards. Fast break, Minnesota. There's the foul to try to stop the break, but that'll be a clear path foul. They'll get a free throw and possession here. And he knocks down the first one.
Well, I like the fact that Prince does a good job picking his spots. He's not a guy that forces things. Kind of lets the game come to him naturally.
And a new group getting ready for the Timberwolves. Rudy Gobert's checked in for Reed. Karl Anthony Towns comes in for Anderson. McDaniels is checked in for Prince. And Russell is subbed in for Noel. Now here's Russell. And there's a whistle. That goes on Robert Covington. That's his first foul of the game. Fourth quarter of basketball. We're about a minute into it. Wall against Russell. Shot clock at 5. To the middle. Here's Towns. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D. And the Timberwolves lead by 6. Up top, George. Guarded by Edwards. A nice shot by Zubac.
George's all-around game is very impressive. And his passing has really grown. He's able to whip passes over to open teammates right on time and on target now.
Now here's Edwards. And here's Russell. Shoots over Wall. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. It's going to be on Ivica Zubac.
The defense there doing whatever they can to protect the rim.
Definitely saved the layup with that foul, and he'll make him earn them from the line, and that's what you want to see.
Just a great job of adding to their lead. Late in the game, every point matters.
Here's George. Not going to go that time. Now Minnesota takes it the other way. Moving along. 2 minutes gone in the fourth. And it's good. 2 points.
Super high percentage shot there. You just can't allow him to get that close.
Pass to Leonard. There's the triple. It's rebounded by Rudy Gobert. Gobert's got rebound number 13 tonight with that one. Here's Towns. Out left to the wing. Towns on a screen. Gobert passes to Towns, and he gets that one. And now it's a 9-point Timberwolves lead.
Excellent job by Towns to stick with it. He didn't let the defender get to him there.
Leonard outside. Over Towns. Russell with the rebound. And here's Minnesota now. Stringing it together. They've got an 11-2 run going. And they're going to count that bucket, and they'll send him to the line. It could be a 3-point play.
Tremendous balance by Russell. Takes on contact, finishes the play. We'll see if he can get the and one at the line.
Now here's George. Ball for 3. It's rebounded by Rudy Gobert. Gobert's. McDaniels passes to Russell. Again gets it to go. He can't miss. 5 for 5.
Their offense is looking like a well-oiled machine, getting any look they want.
Boy, this is borderline ridiculous. I mean, every single attempt finding the bottom of the bucket.
Minnesota's gone 4 of 8 from 3. A nice percentage. Pass to Gobert. Got a piece of it. Here's Towns. Puts up a 3. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Zubac has got rebound number 5 here tonight. And Russell, here we go. And it's blocked by Wall.
He's a bigger point guard now. He's got length and athleticism, so Wall can block a shot or two, especially when he's engaged on defense. A pretty comfortable win for them in this one. Great effort, pays off for the Timberwolves.
All their efforts on the boards ended up paying off.
And just 2 tough rebounding teams, but they gave the extra effort and were rewarded for it.
Man, you have to recognize what a night it was for Rudy Gobert.
Yeah, and he was aggressive rebounding the ball tonight. I think his aggressiveness on the glass helped set the tone.
Anderson's checked in for Towns. Pass to Edwards. Fires for 3. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. It's Covington on the wing. George outside. And out of bounds. Minnesota will have it. Some changes for Minnesota. Reed's checked in for Gobert. Prince comes in for McDaniels. And it's Noel in for Anthony Edwards. Here's Minnesota. Some momentum. A 15-2 run underway. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Naz Reid. That's his first foul of the game.
And just a great job of getting there first and absorbing the contact.
No question about it. No flop there. That was a direct shot to the chest.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. Up top, George. Leonard, left side. From outside the arc. Offensive rebound.
Now that takes serious effort and a light touch.
No need to overdo it. Just lightly tip it in.
But that's the way to go if you've got good position.
Now Russell. So we see the Timberwolves taking the W here. It ends up big.
in the backcourt. Let's rewind here a little bit. Go back to when you played. Who were some of the guards you really enjoyed playing against?
What if I start with the list of the guys, Kevin, I didn't enjoy playing against? If I named Allen Iverson, Mitch Richmond, oh, and of course, Michael Jordan, not the funnest nights at work, if you get my drift, but I did love playing one John Barry.
Now look at Memphis's starting group. The wingmen are Bain and Brooks. Adams is the pivot for him with Jackson Jr. at the 4. And it's Morant in at the 1. It's Wall with the drive. 5 on the clock. Covington finds Zubac. And out of bounds as the Grizzlies gain possession. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Thank you, Kevin. Well, a bit ago, Taylor Jenkins and I were able to chat. He was worried about their interior defense. He doesn't want them getting gutted in the paint. He told his players, look, they're going to score, but we've got to make it difficult on them to give ourselves a chance to win. Guys, let's see if they can follow that advice.
Thank you, David. And Jackson throws it down hard.
What a deft pass by Morant. He finds a wide open man as quickly as anybody in our league.
It's stolen by Adams. Here are the Grizzlies with the ball. Morant left side. Inside. And Adams with the slam.
Adams, no hesitation, and right to the rim.
George against Bain. George passes to Leonard. Shot on the wing. And that one goes long.
I know it's about defending the post and the three-point line these days, but still got to be active in the mid-range area, and the defense gets away with one there.
A solid distributor. I think Jackson is gifted at reading defenses and then being able to spot the open teammate.
George shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's going to be on Desmond Bain.
And when you look at Paul George, I mean, he's been in the middle of a couple monster trades.
Well, PG exchanged for 2 future All-Stars in Sabonis and Oladipo going to Indy. And then that massive trade to LA, the Thunder got SGA and a boatload of picks. It just shows you how much value Paul George has. And trust me, he's very much valued by the team he's on.
Wall wide open. Drills it from outside.
Paul George doesn't just score, he can pass it as well. He's a great all-around player.
Here's Morant, and it's sent back by George. If you're just tuning in, we played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Passes to Zubac. Back to George. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. And here's Brooks. He'll bring it up for the Grizzlies. Morant with it. Now Covington defended. Adams' shot is good.
Well, Adams with that kind of positioning so deep inside, he becomes a force down low.
Clippers trail by 4. George looking around. That 3 off the mark.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Here's Brooks. And Covington sends it back.
Covington's aggressive defense is going to pay off, and that time it did.
Zubac with the screen for Leonard. To the middle. The kick out to Wall. Buries it from 3-point range. Wall's got a couple of threes now in the first for Los Angeles.
Great idea to get your secondary scorers involved early. This helps keep everybody engaged.
Yeah, and he's so-so from there, but when he's hitting from deep, it's a big confidence builder.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Brent, looking back, the Clippers have really put things together over the last decade.
They have injuries have been a factor the past couple seasons, so they haven't competed at the level certainly that their owner wants to, but they're trying to keep this core group of guys together. And if they do that and they get health, there's a lot of talent there and a lot of guys who've done it on the biggest of stages.
Now here's Morant. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. From downtown, It's hauled in by Zubats.
Well, even though he misses that one, the defense has got to talk about that, and that's a bad miscue, and you can't give up looks like that all game long.
A terrific defender, and Jackson, one of those guys with great timing when he goes for the shot block and not afraid to send a message as well.
Wall, good.
And not where he earns his money, that three-point shot, but he's a good shooter from that range if he's got space.
Gets it to fall. The bucket from Bane.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
And here's George for three. And again, Los Angeles with the triple.
Just deadly from outside. PG getting some space, does not hesitate there.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Zubats against Morant. Adams in the corner. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Outside, Bane. The 17-footer. Second chance shot, and that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And so, lots of scoring in that competitive first quarter. Clip. And some good action, folks, as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. What do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Clippers?
They look to fire as much as possible from outside the arc, and so far they are hitting at a high clip.
Well, they really cashed in on the break. I mean, it feels like they're hungry to get out, they're hungry to run, and they're not passing up any chances to leak out and score.
So on the floor to begin things for Memphis here in the second quarter. At the forward spots, it's Brooks and Jackson Jr. In at the guard spots, Morant and Bane. And it's Adams in at center.
And how about the strength of Jackson there? Uses it whenever he's going up inside, fighting through the contact. Yeah, Kevin, he is tough to stop when he gets to the rim.
Yeah, Greg, he can get up a few notches higher. And the Grizzlies with possession here after the basket by Los Angeles. There's the lob to Jackson, stolen by Zubats. On the wing, George. Brooks covering. Covington against Bane. Shoots the three. Covington's shot is off. The Grizzlies trail by 3. From the wing. Gets it to fall. The bucket from Bane. Bane's got 7.
Such a critical part of how their offense is going to flow. Things are only working when he seems to be on the floor.
Here's Zubats. Another shot. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Yeah, easy call.
It's his first trip to the line. And he can't get the first one. You know, you appreciate Zubats' focus on close-range looks as a big man.
Well, Zubats, one of those big centers that's burly and tough and rugged on the inside. And while other bigs are searching that three-point line out, Zubats looking to get deep into the paint. And you look at his shooting percentages over the past couple seasons, up around 60%. That's good shot selection and great consistency.
Here's Tillman. He nails it, and we're tied up. Tillman's got his first bucket in this one.
And despite the size disadvantage, attacking the heart of that defense.
Yeah, no stopping him on that play. Sometimes even the taller defenders are helpless to stop him.
And it's the Grizzlies with the ball. Paul George missing from long range. Conchar, the pass to Tillman. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top. Outside, George jumps up. And it's Paul George with the finish.
Well, not only looking at Paul George get up, look at the guys on the bench loving it from PG.
And an intentional foul right there.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for Zubats. Mann comes in for Kawhi Leonard. And Norman Powell subbed in for Paul George. Here's Tillman. Great D that time from Batum.
And he gets a lot of points right there at the rim, but the defense determined not to give up the easy deuce there.
It's Powell on the wing.
2 minutes remain in that first half.
Back to Covington for three. Grizzlies with the rebound.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
And there's the foul. It's on Nicholas Batum. That is his first foul of the game. Morris is checked in for the Clippers. Jackson comes in for John Wall. There's 1:47 left in the first half. Jones looking for an opening. Just 4 to shoot. Lets it go from deep. The shot will not fall. And the Clippers will come the other way. It's Jackson with the drive. Count it. And now a 4-point Los Angeles lead.
Just dicing through the lane there was Reggie Jackson.
Conchar, the pass to Jones. It's Reggie Jackson with the rebound.
For him, it's harder to miss that shot than it is to make that shot. I think he was anticipating a bit of a bump there.
Powell, no one around him. And the 3 off target. The Grizzlies trail by 4. Conchar, the pass to Aldama. It's stolen by Morris. Now the Clippers moving it up. Here's Mann. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Man, this guy is a scoring machine. I mean, I know I'm not the only one to describe him that way.
Here's Conchar, guarded by Powell. They need this one, and he sinks the layup.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Here's Jackson. Misses the layup. He had him with that pump fake. Here's Conchar, guarded by Powell, and that's out of bounds. Memphis will retain possession.
Substitution on the court.
Morant scanning the floor. No good from outside. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters. All right, David, thank you. And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. You look at Paul George in this game, guys, he's been everywhere.
And the way he goes at defenders, he is bound to get to the line just like he did there in that first half.
They're almost inviting contact, that attack mentality on full display.
Down in the block, it'll be Kawhi next to Zubac. All out there with Paul George, and it's Covington in at the 3 spot. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. Morant outside, bangs home the trifecta. And Brett, you were a pretty versatile player. Which of your skills was the most difficult to master?
Well, I think going inside and finishing, going in over big physical guys who could either block your shot or, send you to the deck pretty quick. So going in and having confidence to finish around the basket is certainly a skill.
Now Morant. Paul George missing from long range. And about a minute of action so far in the 3rd quarter. Pass to Covington. Brooks grabs the board. And here's Brooks. He'll bring it up for Memphis. It's a 3-point game. Jackson kicks to Bain. Pass to Morant. And there's the feed to Adams. The second chance effort. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got 6 rebounds here tonight. All with it. Now defended by Bain. George with no one around. No good with the triple.
That's another just bad decision on a night full of those. His shot selection tonight has been questionable at best.
And it just seems like Morant is always ready to outwork the defense. A big effort pays off for him there inside.
And then George with the jam.
Oh, and he got fancy with that one.
Yeah, maybe trying to give them the momentum boost they need to break this game open. Now here's Morant. He's got 5. To the inside. Leonard with the steal. And oh, here we go with George. Nobody back. Oh! And that's a rugged play.
Gracious. Whoa, whoa, whoa. The solo alley-oop? That's not something we see too often.
Timed perfectly. Caught the defense totally off guard.
Yeah, it's such a sweet three-point stroke there, and it can really open things up inside because as good as he shoots it, it forces the opposing bigs to have to step out on the perimeter.
And here we go. Fast break, and Morant's got it. No good. That would have tied it. The Clippers in the lead. From deep, George. It's rebounded by Memphis. Adams has got 4 rebounds in this game. Brooks with no one around. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. Wall against Morant. Kicks it out to Leonard. And it's Desmond Bane with the foul. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
First team.
1:43 left to play in the 3rd. Here's George. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Steven Adams picks one up.
And George wants to compete for titles, especially considering that he's in the back half of his career.
And they haven't let points get away from them at the line tonight. That's always something that'll allow a coaching staff to breathe a little easier.
So Memphis ends up going with the new group. Leonard with the steal. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Leonard's got the ball.
And the claw at work, just one reason why he's always a threat to lead the league in steals. Jump starts the fast break there.
Amazing the way Kawhi Leonard has evolved throughout his career.
Well, in the early part of his career, playing in San Antonio, defense was his calling card. You could even argue that his offense has gotten better than his defense, which is simply remarkable. One of the top all-around players in the NBA. Well, he finds some space in that in-between gap there. Too bad he can't release that one on target.
Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Already such a complete offensive player, yet every year Kawhi Leonard develops his handle just a little bit more.
Jones dishes to Green. Back to Jones. The pass to Tillman. It's rebounded by Leonard. Los Angeles leading by 8. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Nifty move. In deep, George drops it in. George has got 19 points.
And the advantage they have starting to increase. Things are coming together for them at a really opportune time.
Coaches always talk about the first 5 minutes of the 3rd quarter. They have definitely increased their energy level here.
Here's Jones. No points in the game yet for him. Offensive struggles continue, missing again. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers going into the break with a 10-point lead. And this is it. Glad to have you along for this 4th and final quarter. The Grizzlies trail by 10 on the court for Memphis to start the 4th. In at the guard spot, Morant and Bane. At the forward spots, it's Brooks and Jackson Jr. And it's Adams in at the 5 down low. Wall passes to Covington. Here's Mann. Here's the 3. Hands it from downtown. Mann's got the lead up to 11 now for Los Angeles.
And he got a good look at the hands of Covington.
Morant kicks to Bane. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Here's Mann. From deep three-point range. And Bane pulls it down.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
And Los Angeles with some changes. Zubac is checked in for Batum. Leonard comes in for Mann. And it's Paul George in for Norman Powell. Adams' shot is good.
There's the willingness to compete from Steven Adams right there, finishes through contact.
Here's George. Kicks it out to Leonard. Back to George. From past the arc. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Zubac. And so Morant will bring it up for Memphis. From the arc. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Zubac has got rebound number 8 now on the night. Here's George. The Grizzlies pull it in. It's Morant with the drive. Beyond the arc. That one, no good. The Clippers go the other way with it. Outside Leonard. Outside George. And a missed layup.
Well, after an impressive first half, he's just not been able to get the room or get anything going here in the second.
High effort play by Morant. He refuses to let the foul stop him from getting the shot up.
And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Clippers.
They've been running away from the defense all game. I mean, loads of points here off the fast break, and the opposition just hasn't been able to adjust to that aggressive play style.
Something else I've seen from them in this game is just how quick they are to capitalize on their turnovers. I mean, they're pouncing on that stuff. You've got to be careful when you're handling the ball around them.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
The free throw drops for Zubac. And both free throws good for Zubac. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Morant with a wide open look. That one's good, and the Clipper lead is cut down now to just 7 on the bucket from Adams.
I tell you what a good thing that he showed up today, because without him, this thing would already be over.
Zubac against Morant. Adams brings the double team, and the officials call him for a 3-second violation. The Grizzlies trail by 7. Morant outside. And now here's George, the fast break opportunity. Here's Leonard. Left side Covington. Outside George. 5 on the clock. Grizzlies with the rebound. Adams has got his 5th rebound in this one. Brooks, the pass to Morant. Kicks it to Adams. Morant outside. Plays it up and banks it in. And now it's a 5-point Los Angeles lead.
A true leader. You can tell Morant takes pride in stepping up when it matters most.
Payne against George. Outside Leonard. There's the 3. Buries the long-range jumper. And the Clippers lead by 8.
He has the touch to do some damage from 3-point distance.
Payne kicks to Adams. Morant against George. And finished off by Morant.
And going back to college, Morant's made a habit of rising to the occasion.
Now George. Leonard with the screen on Payne. George passes to Leonard. Outside for George. For the 3. The rebound by Steven Adams.
He just doesn't look like himself this quarter. Something's missing.
Well, he's missing, and it's starting to affect a little bit in his body language, and you just don't want to see that.
And there's a whistle. That goes on Dylan Brooks. That is his first foul of the game.
Second team foul.
Now, here is George.
Yeah, tough break for him there. But they have a tough time coming back from this deficit no matter who's on the floor.
So the first one drops, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And so he drops them both. It's an 8-point game. And so Los Angeles takes the win. David, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks, for Grady.
tip-off goes to Minnesota. The starters for the Memphis Grizzlies. Brooks and Jackson, the defensive forward pair. Morant and Bane in the backcourt together. And it's Adams in it to 5 down low. Good work there as it goes. And these are two high-flying teams, Grant. Loads of athleticism on the floor. What's it like to play in a game like this?
Oh, B.A., it is the best. It's so much fun. I mean, of course, here we're expecting lots of fast breaks, dunks, just in general, a lot of action. And, of course, the fans love these type of games. I can't wait.
The shot by Russell, no good.
And you got to give credit to the D for never giving up on the play and doing just enough to bother him at the rim.
Jackson on the wing. And Gobert with a block.
A rangy defender with great defensive timing. I mean, why do you think they call Gobert the Stifle Tower?
Edwards, a pass to Towns. Unloads. Here's Gobert. And that's good. His first bucket of the game.
He knows his job on the glass, and he does it well, cleaning it up and sending it right back.
Jackson outside. Morant, the pass to Jackson. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
The son of an NBA player, Jaren Jackson Jr. I actually played a bit with his dad, Jaren Sr. in Orlando back in the early 2000s, which means I'm old.
And the Jacksons, just the latest father-son NBA duo. Lots of great ones there, Grant.
So true, B.A. The Curry family might be the best ever. The Berries, including our own colleague Brent. The Thompsons with Clay in the league currently. Just some incredible NBA families to admire. Just owning the painted area. If it's working, no need to change.
And here's Morant. Pass to Adams. Shot clock at 6. Morant against Edwards. Morant, no good. For Minnesota, they've gone 3 of 5 here in the opening quarter. Outside Russell. It's McDaniels on the wing. Now Gobert. Here's Russell. Towns down low. Jackson on him. Towns a screen on Morant. Russell the pass to Towns. Stolen by Jackson. It's stolen. Right side Russell. Towns a screen on Morant. Russell from outside. The Grizzlies pull it in.
The defense just giving him the easy look there. He's not going to miss that.
Russell against Morant.
2 minutes remaining in the first. 2 minutes.
Pass to Adams. And a great assist by Morant as that one goes.
The assist.
And this game is tied up now. Here's Minnesota.
When it comes to the Grizzlies, a lot of this season is about erasing the memory of their playoff loss last year. It was a disappointing end to their season.
Filthy. I mean, just the arena is stunned.
He's got a deep bag of tricks to dig into. But with Memphis's 2021-2022 season, it still has to be considered a success, right?
Yeah, I think it was a successful season, but as a whole, this young team, they won their division, but the hopes were so much higher going into the postseason than just the second round.
And about Brooks, becoming a staple in the middle of this lineup, Richard.
Plays the 2 and 3 positions on the floor and scores it really well. But most importantly, he's out there for his defensive effort and intensity. He is a versatile player that any team would love to have.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those. No, it's just ridiculous. He is just an absolute surgeon when he has the ball. This man is surgical. There is no way to slow him down when he wants to score.
Now here's Edwards. Pass to Reed. Picked by Prince. Back to Edwards. 6 on the shot clock. Outside Anderson. Beyond the arc. Adams grabs the miss. The Grizzlies have gone 3 of 5 here in the opening quarter. Right side Morant. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance at a three-point play.
The agility, the athleticism. Morant sometimes, I don't know, he just seems unstoppable to me.
And a new group getting ready for the Timberwolves. Gobert's checked in for Reed. Karl Anthony Towns comes in for Anderson. McDaniels is checked in for Prince. And Russell is subbed in for Noel. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
And what has made D'Lo a max player? He puts constant pressure on the defense.
Good on the second one. For Memphis, they've gone 4 of 6 in the first quarter. Outside Morant. To the inside. Jackson. And a great assist by Morant as that one goes.
Morant's got great understanding of the game. He can move like very few can in that pick and roll set.
Russell, the pass to Gobert. The shot off that time. And that does it for the first quarter. It's the Grizzlies. They lead by 4. And for those of you just tuning in, second quarter action is where we are. And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for Memphis. Towns plays the 4 with Gobert in the middle. Filling in the wings, Edwards and McDaniels. And it's Russell in at point guard. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the T-Wolves.
Not the most effective pick, but he salvages the play with a terrific move.
Russell against Jones. Parked it down low that time. Got hit with the 3-second call. The Timberwolves making a switch here. Noel's checked in. Memphis leading. Clark with a screen on Russell. Inside. Ooh, Gobert with a steal. McDaniels against Green. Here's Noel. Pass to Gobert. He's looking good. 2 buckets and 3 attempts.
And for Gobert, his offense continues to catch up with the elite defense. He's becoming a legitimate two-way threat.
Jones in the post, guarded by Russell. On the wing, Conchar. Launches it, fires in the triple. Conchar's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
He can really stroke it from deep. You have to keep better tabs on him.
To the left wing. Picked by Gobert. Here's Towns. Buries it down low.
What a beast inside. When Towns gets in tight, he's almost a sure thing.
Some changes for Minnesota. Reed's checked in for Rudy Gobert. Anderson comes in for Karl Anthony Towns. And Prince is subbed in for McDaniels. And we're a little over a minute and a half into the second quarter. Here's Conchar. Hangs in the air. And he takes it up and lays it in. Conchar's got 5 now. And RJ, you took a part in a lot of playoff basketball. Compare the intensity of the regular season versus the postseason.
It's so different preparing for a regular season game than a postseason game. You have more experience. You understand what the other team is going to do. So the prep is that much more higher, but you also have to execute at an entirely different level.
Hey, if you can't block it, sending him to the line can be the next best thing.
And some changes here for the Timberwolves. Karl Anthony Towns is checked in for Anderson. McDaniels comes in for Prince. And it's Edwards in for Noel. Jones against Russell. Clark, the pass to Jones. Clark with the screen. Down low. Played it in with a nice touch off the window. And the Grizzlies lead by 8.
That's been the story of their offense so far. Getting a number of looks from point-blank range.
Pass to Reed. Back to Edwards. And so it looks like the Timberwolves will retain possession here.
He had the right idea, just couldn't come up with the swipe.
And deflections, they're a stat that all teams track. They show who is the most active defensively.
A line change here for Memphis. Here's Towns. And it's good for 2. Towns has gotten 4 this quarter.
It's so nice to see Towns use his high basketball IQ to dominate in pick and rolls. It seems like he always makes the right read in that situation.
Pass to Brooks. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
They've been the more poised team tonight, and the score reflects that.
And it's because they're not playing in a rush. They're just letting their shots come naturally within the flow of the offense.
The shot by Towns, no good. The Grizzlies have gotten off to a sensational 5-for-5 start in the second quarter. Outside for Moran. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. The Timberwolves trail. Right wing. Russell to pass to Towns, and it's going to be a 3-second call.
That's a costly error. Let's see how they bounce back.
Well, they don't have time to dwell on that. They just need to learn from their mistakes and move forward. Next play.
Noel, he's checked in for Russell. Now here's Moran. Oh, there's Moran with the slam.
Okay, I see you, John, flexing a little bit of muscle, showing off that athletic ability. Okay.
It's Edwards on the wing, guarded by Bain. Back to Daniels, to the paint. 5 on the clock. And he banks in the layup.
You just can't give up looks that close to the rim.
The Grizzlies have gotten 6 of their 7 shots to go in the second quarter. Jackson outside, from behind the arc. Edwards pulls it in.
That's his shot, and one I'm sure he wants back.
Pass to McDaniels. Now about 10 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Back to Towns. Clock at 6, and there's the call on Dylan Brooks. That's his first foul. Pass to McDaniels. To the left side wing. Oh, it's stolen by Adams. Brooks outside. It's good if it goes. Oh, and the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And so it's Memphis. Just tuning in, thanks for being with us. Second half of this game still to play. Boy, you gotta like what Ja Moran has done in this game.
Yeah, he's kind of been the floor general for them tonight. A lot of assists for him.
And it's a role we don't always see him in, but he's done a great job tonight getting the rest of his team involved.
Getting underway in the second half. Here's the 5 for Taylor Jenkins. Bain and Brooks out on the wing. Inside, it's the pair of Jackson Jr. and Adams. And it's Morant in at the point. Here's Jackson, and the dunk by Jackson.
With those long strides, Jackson Jr. eats up the ground in a hurry.
Here's Edwards. Yep, that one goes. Edwards got his second basket.
It's not easy to work the ball inside in this league, but they've done it all night.
Pass to Moran. Adams with a screen on Russell. To the middle, and stolen by Gobert. And now the T-Wolves on the break. Here's Edwards. It's rebounded by Memphis. It's tipped. Now Towns. Gobert with it. From 7 feet away. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up.
For a big, Towns is an effective free throw shooter. You really can't give him too many looks from the line.
Taking 2 shots.
He makes 1 or 2 that time. Memphis leading. Here we go. Here's Morant. And then Morant with the dunk.
So flashy with the rock. Morant takes pleasure in slicing and dicing the D to pieces.
Edwards, a pass to Russell. The Timberwolves again can't hit. For Memphis, they've gone 3 of 3 in the second half. Inside. And there's Jackson on the assist by Morant. Jackson's got 8.
This is where you want Jackson Jr. going to town. He's got a nice soft touch around the rim.
Edwards, the pass to Gobert. And he converts the layup.
Maybe they've been going to him a little too much. Now, he's having a great game, but his team is losing, and that is all that matters.
Pass to Jackson. Oh, it's stolen by Towns. It's Edwards on the wing. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by in the third quarter. Out of bounds, it'll be Memphis's ball. And some changes here for the Timberwolves. Reed's checked in for Karl Anthony Towns. Prince comes in for McDaniels. And it's Noel in for Edwards. The Grizzlies have gone 4 of 4 in this third quarter. Perfect so far. Jones, the pass to Clark. Over to the left wing. Ooh, poked away. Out to the wing. Shot clock at 5. Pass to Aldama. And it's going to be a 24-second violation. They turn it over. Anderson's checked in for the Timberwolves. The Timberwolves have gotten 2 of 4 shots to go since the break. And it's Russell on the drive.
Yeah, love when Russell attacks defenses, charging with tenacity and making them compromise.
First free throw is good. And good on the second, so he makes them both. Well, the Grizzlies' shooting has been ridiculous. 75% in this game. Clark outside.
2 minutes remaining in the third.
Oh, Clark with the slam.
And staring at a sizable deficit, the defense has to tighten up.
Minnesota shooting it well, around 55% for the game. Here's Prince. Green covering. Prince with the bucket. Third quarter of basketball here. A little under 3.5 minutes gone by. Driving inside. And out of bounds. Minnesota will have it. And the Timberwolves with possession here. They trail by 9. Russell attacking.
Yeah, so talented. There's very little Russell can't do. It's just about the consistency, but the talent is all there.
Free throw is good from Russell. And both free throws good for Russell. Here's Jones. Well, no scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in.
Get some style points there. Pretty finish.
Outside Russell, down low. Here's Reed. That shot's good. Russell making the play. Reed's got 5 points.
And this is exactly how Russell does solid assist numbers. I mean, just great delivery on that play.
Pass to Green. Back to Clark. Here's Aldama. Anderson covers. Outside Jones. And there's a 3-second violation. The Timberwolves trail. Reed to screen on Jones. Russell to pass to Reed. Clark grabs the board. For Memphis, they've gotten all 6 of their shots to fall. Talk about a perfect start to the half. And that's out of bounds. Memphis will retain possession. .24 seconds left in the third quarter. And that's out of bounds. Memphis will retain possession. Anthony Edwards is checked in for Russell. Pass to Aldama. Here's Conchar. And he's going for the lob. Just 5 on the clock. Oh, and a nice defensive play to disrupt the lob. And finished off by Anderson.
They're doing the job on both ends, getting stops and attacking offensively.
All the momentum seems to be running in their favor. They're close to taking the lead. Nice ball movement there. Delivered the pass right on time.
Stolen by Jones. And so it's the Memphis Grizzlies closing out the quarter with a 7-point lead. Their key to consistency. Fourth quarter action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. The Timberwolves shooting the rock at 58%. The backcourt is Russell and Edwards. Towns and Gobert, the towering big men at the 4 and the 5. And it's McDaniels in at the 3 spot. So that's the Timberwolves 5. Gobert out of bounds. It'll be Memphis's ball.
Memphis ball.
And the Grizzlies shooting a sensational 78% from the field in this game. Morant, the pass to Jackson. Oh, it's stolen by Towns. Going inside. And it's Towns with the power finish.
Fantastic use off the bounce by Towns, getting all the way to the rim.
Morant, the pass to Jackson. Oh, he missed the layup. He had it with the pump fake. And here's Minnesota now. It's a 5-point game. High post Towns. And there's the drive. And that one's good. Towns has got 4 points now in the quarter.
In a tight one like this, you have to trust in his ability.
It's blocked by Gobert. McDaniels against Brooks. McDaniels passes to Russell. Oh, it's blocked by Jackson.
Making his presence known with that swat. Jackson Jr. understands when to go after blocks.
Brooks, the pass to Adams. And stolen by Gobert.
Stevens. Second personal foul. First team foul.
And that one falls for Towns. The Timberwolves have gone 2 of 3 to open the fourth quarter. Outside Edwards. Gobert with a screen on Bane. Here's Edwards. Can't connect from short range. Memphis leading. Morant finds Jackson. Into the lane. He can't get that one to fall. Now Minnesota takes it the other way. Gobert with it. Towns a screen on Adams. Pass to McDaniels. Here's Towns. 6 on the shot clock. To tie it up. And that's 2 points on the layup. It's all knotted up.
And finally, after trailing for so long, they've leveled the score late here in the fourth.
And even when time was starting to run short, there was no panic. They kept their focus and went about their business.
And here's Russell. Back to Towns. Pass to McDaniels. Oh, he misses the go-ahead basket. For Memphis, they've gone 0 for 3 in this fourth. Not good. Oh, they get a hand on it. Bane against Edwards. Up top, Morant. And Morant gets double-teamed. And it's Brooks missing. The Timberwolves have got 3 of 6 shots to go in this fourth quarter. Russell with the ball. Jackson in his pocket. Pass to McDaniels. And here's Edwards. Guarded by Bane. To take the lead. Edwards can't hit. Fantastic ball movement for them tonight.
If things are definitely working offensively, a balanced attack is just so much harder to defend.
From the free throw line, John
one drops, and that gives him a lead. And it's a completely new group for the Timberwolves. And so he drops them both, and it's a two-point ball game.
And in a close game like this, they can really rely on him to take care of business at the line.
And it's Ja Morant with the foul. It's his first foul of the game.
I have to admit, it's always a tough decision for the ref on the block charge call.
And what a phenomenal replay of that impressive rejection.
Yeah, just some terrific effort there. And you know the whole team will get an energy boost off a block like that one.
And it's a completely new group for the Timberwolves. The shot by Towns, no good. And their biggest problem so far, taking care of the ball.
Yeah, they've made some great plays, but way too many turnovers.
Morant, the pass to Jackson. Outside for Brooks. Adams with a screen on McDaniels. Pass to Adams. Double team on Adams. Shoots from 14. Money!
It's been great to see guys who don't back down under pressure.
He knew what they needed here and was determined to deliver.
To the wing, right side. McDaniels, a screen on Jackson. Here's Towns. Can't hit that one. Ooh, excellent D there from Jackson. The Grizzlies on offense. They've allowed just 7 points here in the fourth. 5-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. No problems knocking that one down. And the Grizzlies lead by 7.
And just not enough time for them to get back in this game.
Yeah, they got to be disappointed with this result.
To halt the run. And it's good.
And the trust this team has in Gobert. They know he looks to come up huge in the clutch.
Outside Bane. And so it's Memphis winning this one. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for them. They had to dig deep to come out on top.
Yeah, some teams...
Thanks, Allie. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it up.
Great, something to keep an eye on in this one, the big man. Both these teams have talented front courts.
You're exactly right. Both rely on their bigs, and the winner of the game is probably going to be the team that wins that front court matchup.
Here are the starters for Los Angeles. Down in the block, it'll be Kawhi next to Zubac. Paul George is out there with Wall, and it's Covington in at the 3 spot. Towns, the Vast, and McDaniels, just 5 on the clock. Here's Russell. It's Edwards on the wing. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. And out of bounds as the Timberwolves gain possession.
That almost looked like bad communication. You hate to see that kind of mistake.
So it's Minnesota now. Now, here is Russell. Edwards inside, defended by George. Leonard with the steal. The kick out to Wall. Off target from three-point range.
All the time in the world to get that one off.
Of course, it's been great to see the Clippers rise to prominence over the last 10 years, hasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, listen, this was an organization that spent years in futility, but you have to admire the transformation that has led to consistent success. They used to be a franchise that made the playoffs maybe once in a decade. Now you expect them to contend in the West.
Here's Russell after the basket by Los Angeles. Over in the corner, Edwards. And the rejection by Zubac. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Zubac. Just over a minute and a half play here in this one. And that one's good. Towns. And so George will bring it up for Los Angeles. Puts up a 3. Rebounded by the Timberwolves.
Well, the defense clearly was not interested in guarding him from downtown. They're very fortunate he missed.
I mean, even from over here, you could see that one pretty clearly.
The Timberwolves shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game. He's off on the first.
Boy, young talents like Anthony Edwards, so exciting to watch. You know, you've got to adapt to the NBA and continue to grow and reach your potential. But there's this infectious joy and a great smile that he plays with.
Now here's Leonard. Fires from deep. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
You know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
And it's Russell missing.
Great rim protection to prevent him from converting. Beautiful.
George with the ball. Picked up by Edwards. Covington with the bucket.
This is the prototypical 3-and-D man, Robert Covington from deep. Yes, sir.
You know, Doris, there's some pretty cool stories, aren't there, about Kawhi Leonard and what he has done in the community.
There really are, Kevin. I think about it. When he wins the Defensive Player of the Year award, that comes with a car. And instead of using it for his own personal use, he donated that to a children's welfare charity. This is the same guy who gave 1 million backpacks to kids in need in Los Angeles. Just a few of the things he does for his community.
Clock at 6. Here's Edwards. And Gobert kicks to Edwards.
2 minutes remaining in the first. 2 minutes.
Towns, a screen on George. Here's Gobert. That one's not going to go. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Out left to the wing. Here's Leonard. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's going to be on Rudy Gobert.
Because Kawhi Leonard has such a well-rounded offensive game, it's easy for him to put the defense in a bad position, draws contact there.
Here's what Minnesota's going with right now. Reed, he's checked in for Rudy Gobert. Anderson comes in for Towns. Prince is checked in for McDaniels. And it's Noel in for Edwards. Now, here is Russell. Prince, right side. The kick out to Anderson. Will it go? Rebounded by Covington. Los Angeles leading by 5. Left side, George. From deep. Drops in the tray. George has got 5.
And beginning to take charge of this game. This could be a crucial point.
Well, working hard, building out a small lead, but you can't afford any kind of letdown here.
Now, here is Russell. Back to Anderson. Up top, Russell. Anderson passes to Reed. Shoots over Zubats. That one off the back iron and out.
Listen, we know the mid-range game is in this guy's arsenal, but you wonder, should he have moved it just one pass more?
Here's Leonard. And he can extend the lead to double digits.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Prince dishes to Anderson, and he uses the glass on the lane.
When you watch Taurean Prince play, you know it's about team. This guy finds the open man and loves delivering it.
Nobody near George. And another 3 for the Clippers.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
Russell kicks to Reed. Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for the LA Clippers. He not. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. Let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for Los Angeles.
Well, they haven't wasted any time getting into a groove from deep, putting up and hitting a healthy amount of three-pointers thus far.
And their assist total also impressive early, creating with the pass and playing for teammates.
Backcourt guards are Russell and Edwards. 2 big men inside, Towns and Gobert. And it's McDaniels in at the 3, the small forward. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. Here's Leonard after the made shot from Karl Anthony Towns. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
There's just so much force that Kawhi plays with. It is what allows him to rise up and put it down with authority.
Now here's Edwards. Gobert the pass to Russell. And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
And we've played through the first minute here in the second. And George gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
Second team foul.
And here's Edwards. Russell inside, covered by Wall. Russell kicks to McDaniels. Rocket 2. And to watch NBA offense when the ball is hopping, I think you'd agree, it is beautiful. The precision, the grace, the timing. How much of that, Doris, is just making the simple pass?
I think the best basketball is played when players think, what is the next right play? And so often, Kevin, that is simply moving the basketball. On the catch, you're in triple threat position. But as soon as you don't have anything, move it to the next guy. So I couldn't agree more.
Stolen by Zubats. And oh, here we go with Leonard. Nobody back. And now we've got some time to check in from the sideline. You got for us, DA?
Thanks, guys. Now we see more and more top prospects bypass college or even leave high school early to make 6 figures playing for G League Ignite. For many years, going pro at such a young age was something we only saw abroad, but that reality is now here. Kevin?
I like it too, David. The landscape is shifting, and I think for the better. Thank you for the report. Gobert in the corner. It's hauled in by Zubats. Zubats has got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's George, and George with the stuff.
Paul George is very difficult to contain on a dribble drive. He's got length, handle, and size. Good luck.
Here's McDaniels. Another miss by Minnesota. Clippers leading by 15. Here's George. It's rebounded by Towns. For Minnesota, they've gotten off to a rough start here in the second quarter, going just 1 for 5. Summer of 2014, Doris. Paul George suffering a leg injury playing for the national team.
Kevin, I remember that injury like it was yesterday. There were many, including me, who wondered whether Paul George could ever be the same guy. And amazingly, he puts in all the necessary work, and I think has come back better. That is a huge credit to his work ethic and his grit.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Hard work pays off right there. Anthony Edwards finds himself in the paint and draws contact.
He'll take his 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the game right here. Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Naz Reid, he's checked in for Rudy Gobert. Kyle Anderson comes in for Karl Anthony Towns. Prince is checked in for McDaniels. And it's Russell in for Noel. Now here's Jackson. Crosses over. And it's Russell with the rebound. To the paint. Anderson finds Reed. Outside Edwards. Outside Russell. Up and in, off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
The unselfish play by Anthony Edwards' teammate is wide open. He puts it right where it needs to be.
It's stolen by Edwards. Russell with it. Guarded now by Jackson. Russell trying to free himself up. Anderson's shot is off. Clippers leading by 12. Batum sets a screen for Kennard. Going inside. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
How about that? Luke Kennard looking very comfortable on the interior. That's a tremendous finish.
Here's Edwards. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
And they double up Jackson. Kennard for 3. The putback and the second chance effort by Jackson. And the Clippers lead by 14.
Oh, how about the finesse there? Nice little gentle touch on the board.
And you know, when you have that gentle touch, those tip-ins are easy to come by. Now here's Prince. After D'Angelo Russell's miss, shot clock at 5. To the wing on the left. The 3 from Anderson. Gets the 3-pointer to fall. Anderson's got 5 now.
Well, that possession to me highlights the importance of creating for your teammates.
And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers. Their lead. All right, David, thank you.
17, the Clippers, 28.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. It's been one outstanding game from George.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
You know, as a coach, you can preach good shot selection, but it's up to the players to execute, and this guy has done just that.
So with Leonard on the bench, here's who Tyronn Lue's going with. Jackson is the point with Kennard on the wing. Batum is out there with Morris, and it's man in at the 3 spot. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. And here's Leonard from 3. Offensive rebound. For 3, Covington. No good.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Russell dishes to Towns, and he commits the intentional foul. And that's out of bounds. Minnesota will retain possession.
Yeah, gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
But a really good read on his part, being disruptive at the defensive end right now.
McDaniels kicks to Gobert. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Ball taking his time here. And here's George for three. That shot off the mark.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. Towns with it. Now Covington defending. Yep, it goes. And the Clipper lead is set down now to just 11 on the bucket from Karl Anthony Towns. And Karl Anthony Towns said he believes that he is the greatest big man shooter of all time. What do you think?
Well, Kev, I think a guy by the name of Dirk Nowitzki might have a thing or two to say about it, but I love Karl Anthony Towns' attitude. You have got to believe in your skills if you're going to have the kind of success that Cat has had in this league, and we know he is lethal from deep.
It's George on the wing. He takes it in, and it's George finishing it off.
Well, Paul George simply stated as playing at a high level, getting to his spots and riding this wave of scoring.
Russell kicks to McDaniels. Up top, Russell, covered by Wall. Covington against Edwards. And it's Paul George with the finish.
Now, Paul George is an exceptional athlete and demonstrating his insane dunking skills there. Get this guy in the dunk competition.
Now, here is Russell. And the rejection by Zubats. Leonard, that's for two. Wall with it. He's picked up by Russell. Wall's shot is off. Timberwolves trail by 17. And it's sent back by Leonard.
Well, the defensive instincts have always been so strong for Kawhi Leonard. Boy, good night, sir.
Outside for George. Fires the three. Minnesota with the rebound. Gobert's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Some changes for Minnesota. Naz Reid, he's checked in for Rudy Gobert. Kyle Anderson comes in for McDaniels. And it's Noel in for Russell. Leonard with the steal. Edwards against George. 4-3, Covington. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the 3rd. Here's Towns. An easy 2 points on the layup. Towns has got 8 points.
Well, just tremendous persistence from Karl Anthony Towns. Even under duress, the ability to stay focused. And no surprise here, right? This guy is not only a gifted player, but he is so smart on the offensive end.
Reid with it. Now Covington defending. Towns kicks to Anderson. 6 to shoot. Noel. And a chance for just a second now to check out the scoring breakdown for Los Angeles.
I think they put an emphasis on attacking the basket, and watching this, you can see why. They have just carved the defense up here with relative ease.
And the other thing, guys, that they've been very effective at is shooting the long-range jumpers. The defense has been having trouble closing out to them in this game in particular.
Prince is checked in for Towns.
That's just heads-up basketball, and Jackson scanning the floor, spots the ready shooter. Nicely done.
Edwards passes to Reid. Timberwolves passing it around. Anderson inside. He's against Morris, and Anderson gets it to go.
Yeah, the D has not been able to keep the ball out of the paint at that end of the floor.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. It's stolen by Edwards. And now the fast break. Edwards with the ball. The kick out to Anderson. And Reid has it in the corner. Down low. It's stolen by Morris. He got it up. Doesn't get it to drop for him. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
Well, we have some elite passing big men in the NBA, and you love that skill. Wow.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. They've got Gobert. Kyle Anderson is out there with Taurean Prince. Then it's Russell. And it's Noel in at the 2-guard spot. So that's the lineup for Minnesota.
This guy is a fantastic finisher near the hoop. Taurean Prince with an emphatic 2.
Kennard's shot is off. Timberwolves trail by 14. It's stolen by Morris. Batum with the ball. Guarded now by Prince. And there's the foul. And it's on Taurean Prince. That is his first foul of the game. And some changes here for the Timberwolves. Towns, he's checked in for Kyle Anderson. McDaniels comes in for Taurean Prince. And it's Edwards in for Noel. Doesn't go that time. And Minnesota now the other way. Here's McDaniels. And he drives in. Towns kicks to Gobert. Back to Towns. Launches it. Rebound, Kawhi Leonard.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go to the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on John Wall. And that'll be his third foul so far.
First team foul.
Now Russell. Drives to the hoop. And the layup's good off the glass.
Well, an excellent penetrator who is always in attack mode. Go ahead, D'Angelo Russell.
The kick out to Wall. Back to George. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Paul George, one of those players the media appreciates because he doesn't give you pat answers. When you ask him a question, he is thoughtful and is honest. This is about the last guy you want to send to the stripe right now. They keep fouling him, and he keeps making them.
Here's Russell driving to the basket, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
An aggressive pick-and-roll player is D'Angelo Russell, and you can see he's just starting to figure it all out, guys.
Now here's Leonard. Passes it to Zubac. Gobert with the block. Edwards against George. Edwards passes to Towns. Towns sets the pick for Gobert. Back to Towns. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
Don't you love how Towns' hands are always ready to receive the pass? Terrific job on the pick and roll.
Edwards against George. And out of bounds as the Timberwolves gain possession. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. Edwards inside, defended by George.
Anthony Edwards is a load to handle as a defender. This guy's got the frame and the skill to make it very difficult.
The first one falls. And Edwards drops them both. They can take their time on this possession.
It wouldn't be a bad idea. Just give themselves a little bit of a break.
And Leonard has it in the corner. This one for 3. Nailed from three-point land. And the Clippers lead by 11.
Boy, the range of Kawhi's shooting just keeps getting deeper and deeper. He really stretches you out.
Towns for 3. Pass to McDaniels. Right wing. Goes back up. Gobert with a wide open look. The three-pointer no good. Los Angeles leading by 11. And George kicks to Leonard. Back to George. And George gets the whistle that time. That's his third foul of the game.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
And so it's Towns with it. He brings it up for Minnesota. They've only given up 5 points here in the fourth quarter. Here's Gobert. Towns is double. Inside. Russell. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
I'll tell you, proving how dangerous he can be inside. D'Angelo Russell forcing the defense to make a commitment.
He's off on the free throw and able to get that second one to drop in.
They can't really afford to leave points at the line right now. He would have loved to cash in on each of those free throws and trim the lead even more.
The Timberwolves have gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Gobert finds Towns. Back to Gobert. Towns trying to get open. Gobert, no good. George looking over the floor. Now the pass to Zubac. It's stolen by Edwards. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break.
CLA foul. Robert Covington. Second personal foul. Team foul.
And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now on the second. Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Naz Reid, he's checked in for Gobert. Anderson comes in for Towns. Prince is checked in for McDaniels. And it's Noel in for D'Angelo Russell. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Outside, Wall. 5 to shoot. Screen by Zubac. Keeps it alive. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Clippers lead by 11.
But the truth is they've had control of this game.
And I couldn't agree more. What makes it that much more impressive, they're doing it on the road.
So the Clippers winning this one easily. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it.
matchup. Both front courts are outstanding. This should be quite a battle here, Smitty.
It should be the big man in the spotlight in this one. Rebounding and everything in the paint. This should be a great showdown. Strength versus strength.
Now the opening lineup for the Los Angeles Clippers. Kawhi and Zubats make up the front court. John Wall is out there with Paul George. And it's man in at the small forward position.
So many tools in the bag for Kawhi. Foul line down. He's very hard to stop.
Back to Bane. To the inside. Here's Adams. Ooh, and Adams, strong finish.
Tough to miss that man. Desmond Bane read the defense perfectly.
Here's George. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Wow, that's a defensive breakdown. Can't do that against good scores. And some will remember that Desmond Bane was the last pick in the first round in the 2020 draft, which is something he has used as motivation over the years.
Now here's Morant. Pass to Jackson. It's good. And he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A three-point play opportunity. You know, it's clear now that teams are kicking themselves for not picking Bane earlier in the draft, Smitty.
B.A., the reason why he's proven that he can be a huge part of the rotation. A lights-out three-point shooter and rugged defender. A player any team would love to have.
First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone by. Oh, and the fast break for the Clippers. Leonard on the wing. Defended by Jackson. Oh, it's blocked by Jackson.
Some scouts were surprised when Jackson's wingspan was measured over 7'5". That's a huge number, especially when you talk about contesting shots.
Now here's George. George with the jam.
When you're trying to stop a guy like this, you have to match his intensity level.
Pass to Bane. Brooks right side. Jackson outside. Brooks with it, and it's Leonard picking him up. Back to Brooks. Just 4 to shoot. Gets the 3 to fall.
A big-time ISO player in college. Brooks has shown the ability to play off the ball at this level.
Oh, and Jackson with the block. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Leonard. And it's time to take another look at that powerful block.
And that kind of rejection early on energizes your squad. The coaching staff just loves this kind of hustle.
The Grizzlies have gone 3 of 4. Off to a nice start. Jackson outside. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes play. The 3 ball. Bane, no good. The Clippers trail. You know, thinking about the Clippers' history, those Lob City days really stand out, Smitty.
Yes, B.A., one of the most fun eras in recent NBA history. Blake and DeAndre throwing down alley-oops from CP3. That team had their own style, attitude. I love watching that Lob City group play.
Jackson outside. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. It's going to be on Ivica Zubats.
Sometimes with bigs, you prefer to send them to the line, but Jaren, he's a knockdown shooter from there as well.
And so Jackson nails both of them. And with the Memphis Grizzlies, Smitty, they felt like an underdog for as long as they've been around.
This seems to fuel each and every guy that plays here. B.A., they want to prove the doubters wrong. It's something that has really brought this group together.
Now here's George. 6 to shoot. With the drive. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
Good luck containing Paul George on the drive. He's one of the more fluid wings in the league.
And he sinks the second. A minute 31 left in the first quarter. Outside Morant. It's the trifecta.
Smooth shot from John Morant. Coach has to love that confident play.
Bane against George. Inside. Here's Zubats. And it's slammed in by Zubats.
One sign of a great playmaker, hitting his man in stride.
Bane, the pass to Morant. Adams with the ball. Up top, Brooks. Back to Adams. Just 2 to shoot. And here's Morant outside. It's rebounded by Zubats.
I know that he has the ability and confidence to sink that shot, but better luck next time, maybe.
You know what another option is? Just give the ball up. Let someone else make a play.
Ooh, and Leonard throws it down.
That was with force by Kawhi, dunking it over the defense and looking unstoppable.
Left side, Morant. Outside, Bane. There's the 3. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. George outside. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. That's on Steven Adams.
The defense on George a little too tight there, but to have any chance against him, you have to challenge him.
That one drops. He ties it up. It could go. He's off on that one. It's a tie game in Memphis. Quarter number 2 coming up right after this break. Good action already in this one. But a fairly even matchup after this first quarter of play. What stands out to you from the Grizzlies in this one?
I'll tell you what, throughout the first, they did a great job of just running their offense.
Credit the game plan coming in. They've identified the right matchups, and the execution is there.
They've got John Conchar. Also, Tyus Jones out there. Green out there with Xavier Tillman. And it's Aldama in at the power forward spot. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. Outside Covington. Takes the 3. The Clippers rebound. Here's Batum. Outside Covington. Back to Batum. It's stolen by Green. Pass to Conchar. Green with the ball. Now Jones. Just 5 to shoot. Nice move. And the layup is up and in. Jones has got his first basket.
Nice dribble move to get to the hoop for an easy 2.
The kick out to Morris. And when you're trying to slow down a top scorer, often the game plan is to get physical. Grant, you would know better than anybody. What's it like in the trenches here?
Well, B.A., it's interesting. I mean, it can wear on you. It's a mental challenge. When you're in the trenches trying to slow down a great offensive player, it really becomes a battle of wills. You have to stay focused. You have to be disciplined. And most importantly, you just cannot take a play off and allow a great player to get going.
Here's Jones. The Clippers getting their last shot to go. Can't get it to fall.
I mean, you won't see this too often. Getting denied at the rim. He's likely to remember that one.
And once he gets to the rim, it's fairly automatic.
Nothing fancy right there. Just takes his 2 points, moves on. So it's the Grizzlies now, following the score by the Clippers. To the paint. And he was camped in the lane there. He gets a 3-second call. Here's Jackson. Well, he hasn't put up any points yet in this one. On the take. Again, the Clippers score.
The way he glides around the court doesn't look like Jackson is moving as fast as he really is. In terms of offense, the Clippers have been up and down in recent years. When they're healthy, they're dangerous. When they're not, it's a struggle.
And it's Green missing. The Clippers in the lead. Powell left side. And Powell with the stuff.
Attacking the rim with aggression. Norman Powell putting pressure on the interior D with his driving and finishing abilities.
Now here's Jones. Shot to stop the run. Pass to Conchar. The three is up. And no good. And Los Angeles the other way now. And Smitty with the Clippers, it shows how important depth is to an NBA offense.
Yeah, you know this. It's great to have a powerful first unit. But if your second unit can't carry its weight, it's a fragile situation.
And a moment to check out the scoring breakdown for Los Angeles.
For me, they made a point to attack inside early in the game, and it's paid off for them. A lot of solid looks in the paint.
You also have to commend them for their fearless attitude offensively. They've been productive when driving to the basket.
Shot clock at 6. And out of bounds, Los Angeles will have it. A line change here for Memphis.
Substitution on the court.
Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. On the wing man, defended by Jackson. Leonard for 3. On target from range. Leonard's got 7 points.
This game's taken on a whole new look thanks to this run.
I totally agree. They just can't be stopped. They're just firing on all cylinders.
And that's out of bounds. Memphis will retain possession. Norman Powell, he's checked in for man. George against Morant. Looking to end the drought. Oh, there's Morant with the slam.
With the ball on the string, John Morant is toying with the defense. Beautiful.
Here's Powell. Kicks it to George. From deep. John Morant grabs a miss. For Memphis, they've gotten just 2 of 6 field goals to go in the second.
In the 2021-22 season, we saw John Morant go from a star to a bona fide superstar, averaging over 27 points, 6 assists, and 5 rebounds.
Jackson, the pass to Morant. Back to Jackson. Morant against George. Right side Morant. 4 on the clock. Morant drawing the double team. Rebounded by Kawhi Leonard.
High percentage look for him, but bottom line, they're not all going to go down.
George for 3. Connects from downtown. 10 points for him.
He's been doing this a long time. George can hurt you from outside, inside, and everywhere in between.
And here's Zubats. Leonard for 3. No good that time. And so that's the end of the first half. Thanks very much, Alan. We'll be back soon to start. Second half upon us. We'll find out if this game becomes the rout that it's threatening to be. Paul George has been sensational.
Through the first 2 quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
This is his challenge, to continue to dominate, to help them try to close strong here in the second half.
On the floor for the Clippers. Kawhi and Zubats make up the front court. Paul George out there with John Wall. And it's Powell in at the small forward position.
He had more than enough room to hit that. Just couldn't make it happen.
Here's George. And the jam by George.
Letting it all hang out. When George takes flight, just enjoy the show.
And Morant gets double teamed. Pass to Brooks. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
There's a terrific intensity to Dylan Brooks' game. He doesn't hold back and exploits any weaknesses he can.
And Brooks drops them both. They absolutely want to add to what's already a big lead.
No question, B.A. No reason to let up. Just keep playing your game.
So far, Georgia's competitive play has worked well. He's getting just about everything to fall.
It's stolen by Leonard. It's George on the wing. He's got 14. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse. George has got 6 here in the quarter.
They're really dictating the tempo on both ends of the court. You love it.
This has been an impressive performance tonight. Even with a big lead, they've maintained their focus.
Nice deflection there. Really trying to disrupt their offensive flow.
This is called an effort play. Terrific hustle at the defensive end.
Morant finds Brooks. Jackson down low. Leonard defending. Jackson, the pass to Bane. Shot clock at 2. Jackson gets the bucket. Jackson's got 7 points in the game.
He can beat you from the outside and the inside. Jaren Jackson's versatility and his skill set is a huge asset for this team.
Now here's George. Powell outside. This one for 3. The rebound by Jackson. The ball's knocked loose. Morant with it. He's picked up by Zubats. Jackson drawing the double team. Here's Bane. And now it's stuffed right through.
You see the impressive leaping ability. Bane getting off the ground with ease.
Leonard against Jackson. And the dunk by Leonard.
He's showing us the handles a little bit right there. All the way to the rack.
And with the statement finish, too. Don't know how you stop that, man.
And coming into the league, Kawhi Leonard was viewed as a raw prospect, a solid athlete and defender, but someone that needed to work on his jumper.
Here's George. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. Jaren Jackson picks one up. Well, Smitty, there's no question Kawhi has put a lot of hours into developing his jump shot.
And you see the results now. He's become one of the game's elite scorers because of the hard work he put in, even becoming lethal from outside the arc.
Good on the bucket.
Not one to shy away from physicality. Ja Morant just goes about his business.
Here's George. Adams grabs the miss.
This is the shot you want right at the rim. He just couldn't deliver.
Pass to Jackson. Outside Bane. Adams a screen. Bane, the pass to Adams. On the wing, Brooks. Here's Bane. Puts up a 3. Buries it from 3. Bane's got 6.
Making use of these corner spots. Bane is especially dangerous from this area.
Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. That one falls for Powell. So he hits 1 of 2 from the strike.
Norman Powell is a veteran in this league. He plays to his strengths and rarely tries to force things.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes.
The rebound by Jackson. Jackson's got 4 rebounds in the game. 3-pointer, Brooks. Memphis the rebound. Jackson outside. Here's Bane. Here's Adams. And it's slammed in by Adams.
Big man plays by Steven Adams, using all of his height to dominate the offensive glass and end the play.
Now here's Wall. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game from him. "35 seconds left to play in the third quarter here. Morant against George. Tipped. Outside Wall. It's Powell on the wing. Man, the basket's good with the assist from Wall. Wall's got 3 assists in the game.
Keeping his balance on the difficult take. Norman Powell is gifted at finishing through physical contact.
Outside for Brooks. Fires the 3. Rebound by the Clippers. George outside. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. And 1 quarter to go in a game that, to this point, has not been an evenly fought contest. Well, Los Angeles shooting 61% for the game, knocking them down. Brooks and Jackson, the defensive forward pair. Morant and Bane in the backcourt together. And it's Adams in at the 5 spot. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. And the basket by Leonard.
What concentration from Kawhi Leonard, rising up and firing it.
A shot from the high post. And it's Morant missing. Morant's gotten 3 of his 8 shots to go. Leonard passes to Powell. Back to Leonard. Powell outside. Clock at 6. Out to the right wing. Here's Zubac. Adams grabs the miss. Adams has got 4 rebounds now. Offensively, it's been a struggle for him.
Yeah, they need to string together some shots to have any kind of chance.
Here's Morant. Oh, there's Morant with the slam.
I'm trying to think of someone who gets off the ground quicker than Morant. It's an exclusive list, I'll tell you.
Here's Powell. The kick out to Wall. And stolen by Morant. Out on his own on the break. And he lays it in off the breakaway. Morant's gotten 4 this quarter.
Great recognition. Understanding that that one is all him.
Sometimes that's the call. You want to be unselfish, but even more so, you want to be effective.
Wall gets the bucket.
So physical for a 1. Wall has the size and skill to do work in the paint.
Bane, the pass to Jackson. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Beautiful call that time up the floor. The hard screen frees him up for the bunny.
George outside. Wall against Morant. Zubac passes to Leonard. The Clippers got to hurry. Late clock here. Wall.
Oh, did you see that finish? Are you serious? John Wall with the statement. Oh, that's pretty.
Brooks outside. Pass to Adams. Now Bane. Adams inside. Zubac there. Oh, it's blocked. It deflects off the backboard. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. And now it's time to take another view of that huge swat.
You know, you can't ask for any better defense than that. He responded so fast to the shooter, and it stifled him.
Oh, it's stolen by Adams. And the Grizzlies pushing it up now. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up.
You know, he already has a number of go-to moves. Jackson's able to keep the defenders guessing.
It's both from the stripe. They've got time on their side here, Grant.
And if they're smart, they'll milk the clock a little.
Leonard with a screen on Bane. George finds Leonard. And that one hits the back iron.
Rare for him to get a wide-open shot from mid-range and fail to connect.
Here's Bane. Off the mark. Had a chance there to trim it to single digits. George outside. The rebound by Jackson. Jackson's got 5 rebounds tonight. For Memphis, they've got 3 of 6 shots to go in this 4th quarter. Pass to Adams. Back to Morant. And Morant gets double-teamed. And there's the foul. It's on even to Zubac. That'll be a 2nd foul of the game. We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the 4th quarter. 6 to shoot. Here's Morant. And rejected. Wall, the pass to Powell. The rebound by Jackson. Well, the Grizzlies shooting about 43% since the 4th quarter began. And they recover it. Outside for Morant. Jackson against Powell. Second shot opportunity. Jackson gets the bucket.
When Jaren Jackson's fully engaged, he's capable of dominating at both ends.
And here's Morant outside. Good work defensively by Leonard. And they're so close to putting this game away.
Yeah, BA, you don't have to do anything crazy. Just run the clock and don't turn it over.
Now here's Powell. Ooh, excellent D there from Jackson.
Honestly, they're just down by too much to mount a comeback.
And you know, disappointment starts to set in a little bit. You fought all night, just wasn't meant to be.
Here's George, and he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for two.
In my opinion, one of the most talented two-way players of this generation. Paul George has stayed humble throughout his success and has shown that he is willing to do whatever it takes to win.
Good on both.
Big moment at the line. As poised as you get, this thing is done.
Now here's Leonard. So it's the Clippers winning this one easily. Allie, thank you as always. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now.
Always difficult, but a fun journey for them. David, thank you. So the Timberwolves win the tip. And the starting lineup for the Timberwolves. Backcourt guards are Russell and Edwards. Two big men inside, Towns and Gobert. And it's Prince in at the 3, the small forward. Here's Towns, and he banks in the layup. Well, if you like free-flowing offenses that pile up the assist, Clark, you've come to the right place.
I tell you what, Kevin, both of these teams really emphasize player movement, ball movement, and getting everybody involved, touches and shots. It makes them very unpredictable and really keeps the defense off balance.
Jackson finds Morant. Shot clock at 6. Off target with his 3. And so Gobert will bring it up for Minnesota. Outside Edwards. Gobert with a screen on Brooks. Edwards. And the rejection by Jackson. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Jackson. We're about 1 minute into the first. Russell kicks to Towns. 6 on the shot clock. Brooks against Prince. Stolen by Jackson. It's Morant in the corner. A three-pointer off the mark.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here. And you know, for proof of what Morant's done for the Memphis franchise, look at the offensive numbers. Grizzlies have made huge steps forward every year.
Now here's Brooks after D'Angelo Russell's miss. Brooks dishes to Morant. Adams sets the pick for Morant to the middle. And Adams with the slam.
This is how you use the pick and roll. Morant looking like a vet with the sweet dime there.
Greg, the improvement since Morant arrived has been very steady.
And the Grizzlies went from the 20th rated offense in his rookie season to number 16 in his second year, and then all the way up to number 5 last season. Ja has turned them into a powerhouse.
Here's Morant. After D'Angelo Russell's bucket, Morant passes to Adams. Jackson kicks to Morant. Jackson a screen on Russell. Here's Morant. And Morant throws it down.
And how about that display of athleticism by Morant, flying up in the air for the jam.
Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Edwards drives in. Back to Russell. Towns a screen on Morant. Russell passes to Prince. A three-pointer is right on target.
Coming into the league, scouts predicted Prince would be a solid 3-and-D specialist, and they were spot on.
To the inside. Towns with the steal. Edwards kicks to Prince. The pass to Towns. Kicks it out to Prince. That shot is off. Some solid defense there from Jackson. The Grizzlies trail by 3. Bain passes to Jackson. Down low. And Adams with the basket on the assist from Jackson. Adams has got his second bucket of the game to go. We've got 1:13 left to play in the first quarter. Towns, the pass to Gobert. Back to Towns. Back to Gobert. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time.
Not sure what he was thinking about with that pass. Just sailed it right out of bounds.
And some changes here for the Timberwolves. Kyle Anderson is checked in for Towns. McDaniels comes in for Taurean Prince. And it's Noel in for D'Angelo Russell. Jackson setting the pick here for Morant. And Morant throws it down.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, GA, the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
And, you know, not enough help from the defense there to compensate. He gets a clean look, and that's exactly how you draw it up.
And the Timberwolves with possession here, following the score by Memphis. Here's Noel. Guarded by Morant.
Yeah, he just flat out tricked that one, missed it, and has no one to blame but himself.
How about this run, Craig, they're on right now? Wow.
I mean, they're just getting to their spots and executing, really keeping things simple.
And out of bounds as the Grizzlies gain possession. 9 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Here's Morant. Off with the layup. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Grizzlies lead by 1. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. Guys, what's your take on the Grizzlies so far?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Yeah, and it's worked. They've got a clear edge and points in the paint. Now we'll see if they go with a more balanced attack or just keep on pounding it inside.
We've got Green. Jones is out there with Brandon Clark. And it's Conchar in at the shooting guard. That's the lineup of the game for Memphis. The Timberwolves trail. Russell left side. Here's Gobert. It's Clark with the rebound. And Clark has got the ball here for the Memphis Grizzlies. Green against Russell. Clark outside. Pass to Conchar. They kick it out to Green. Just 5 to shoot. Connects from three-point range. Green's got the lead up to 4 now for the Grizzlies. Last season, Clark, the Timberwolves snapped a 3-year playoff drought.
An important milestone for this squad, Kevin. I mean, it shows they're ready to compete in the postseason. That's huge and speaks to just how far this team has come. Sliding and gliding off the pick and roll, Russell makes the smart choice to take it himself.
Jones with it. Picked up by Edwards. Jones, the pass to Conchar. Back to Jones. There's the screen. Pass to Eldorado. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
You know, Greg, we know to win at the highest level, you need your star players to show up in the big games. With that in mind, what's the key?
You know, it's their will and their ability to fight. If you look at the great ones, even when things haven't gone their way, they continue to scratch and claw and do everything in their power to try and get the W.
And he'll be shooting his first free throw of the game here.
And not the guy you want to see at the line too often. Season numbers has him in the bottom tier of the league.
You know, yeah, guys, last year was a rough one for him at the stripe. I mean, it's going to be hard for him not to improve on those numbers. They were that bad.
Jones finds Clark. The layup missed. Timberwolves trail by 5. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Russell dishes to Towns. Good, and the assist goes to Russell.
Excellent job by Towns to stick with it. He didn't let the defender get to him there.
Russell against Jones. They kick it out to Green. Launches a 3. Trains the three-pointer. Green's got 6 points in the quarter.
The D just sagged off just enough and no hesitation on his part.
Prince outside. The tray. Buries it from three-point range.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
Jones, the pass to Eldorado. And that one drops for him. Eldama's got 5 points so far.
And really just unselfish basketball on the interior. That's the kind of pass a coach loves to see.
Outside Edwards. Russell inside. Working on Jones. That'll be Minnesota as it goes out of bounds. Timberwolves retain possession. Let's take a second look at that fantastic block.
And guys, that is lockdown defense at its finest. Going right at the shot and then able to knock it away.
Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Reed, he's checked in for Rudy Gobert. Anderson comes in for Zion. McDaniels, he's checked in for Taurean Prince. And it's Noel in for D'Angelo Russell. So Memphis ends up going with the new group. And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in this second quarter of play. To the middle. And Adams kicks to Bane. And again, it's the Grizzlies from deep.
Give them credit. Offensively, they've been the more efficient team.
Well, you know, it's been all high percentage shots for them so far. I mean, just the kind of execution you want in the first half.
No, sir. Jackson Jr.'s shot blocking abilities, part of why he was a top 5 pick back in 18. But he just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
You know, you look at it, the communication is lacking, as is the trust. They can ill afford those types of breakdowns. It won't work. You can't win with those kind of breakdowns.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg.
Well, I like the way he capped off that drive. The one-hand hole punch.
Outside for Jackson. From outside, off the mark.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Anderson, a screen on Brooks. Here's McDaniels. And the rejection by Jackson. 1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Morant finds Adams.
Oh, he threw that one down. Adams, one of the fiercest competitors in the league.
Anderson passes to Reed. Back to Anderson. Stolen by Jackson. Oh, and here we go. Jackson, nobody back. Up the floor. And Morant gets it to go on the assist from Jackson. And now it's a 12-point Grizzly lead. And so it's Memphis. Enjoy. Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime. Dive into the second half. We'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. You have to like what you're seeing from Ja Morant.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, you know what, guys? They gave him too many free runs to the hoop in the first half. I think they've got to be a lot tougher on him. Body him up. Be physical with him.
And on the floor for Chris Finch as we get into the second half. Underneath in the post, Towns and Gobert. Backcourt guards are Russell and Edwards. And it's Prince in at the small forward.
Defense gets burned by Edwards' ball handling ability. I mean, this guy's athletic and can really move.
Morant surveying the D. Rebound, Minnesota. D'Angelo Russell, the 2nd overall pick in 2015.
Yeah, pretty interesting, too, Kevin, that the Lakers traded him after just his 2nd season. It was basically a salary dump. It wasn't about talent because he's got plenty of that, but he was young when he came into the league. He had a reset at age 21 and then went on to rebuild his stock in Brooklyn, making an all-star game there. And by doing that, showed everybody that he could start over.
Timberwolves trail by 8. Prince finds Edwards. And Edwards with the stuff.
Well, that's good work by Prince there, spotting the open man and then putting the ball on target on time right in the shooting pocket.
Kick out to Adams. Outside, Bane. Passes it to Morant. That drops and it comes off an assist from Brooks. That's now 8 points for Ja Morant.
How about the handles from the young fellow? Give Morant credit for taking the initiative and capitalizing.
Prince against Brooks. Here's Towns. And the rebound by Jaren Jackson. Memphis leading by 8. And there's the pass to Morant. Back to Brooks. Adams outside. Memphis moving it around. Russell against Morant. Towns with the steal. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Pass to Edwards. Russell inside, guarded by Morant. And with that shot, the Grizzly lead is cut down now to just 6 points with that basket from Russell.
Well, you know, this is just who Russell is, in my opinion, guys. A very assertive and confident player who looks to score the ball as much as he can.
Bain for three. It's rebounded by Towns.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Edwards against Bain. Edwards can't hit.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Morant outside. Adams with the screen on Edwards. Morant dishes to Adams. Back to Morant. And right on through for another basket. He's got 5 made on 5 of 9 shooting.
And that speaks to Morant's fearlessness. Even amongst the trees, he is confident, looking to score with the ball.
Now Prince. He's got 6. Back to Russell. Shot clock at 6. Here's Gobert. Not going to go that time. And Adams has got the ball here for the Grizzlies. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. Grant. Brooks with no one around. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. Timberwolves trail by 8. Towns, the pass to Edwards. It's hauled in by Adams. For Memphis, they've gone 2 of 6 from the field here in the third. Bain kicks to Morant. Adams sets the pick for Morant. Bain with it. Guarded now by Prince. Adams' shot is good.
And this is where Adams has the biggest impact. The closer to the basket, the more effective he is.
Russell finds Gobert. Back to Russell. And Adams sends it back. Brooks feeling it out a bit. Pass to Jackson. Now here's Morant for 3. And so it's the Memphis Grizzlies going into the break with a 10-point lead. Shooting the balls. The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Timberwolves trail by 10. You've got Brandon Clark. Green out there with Jones. And it's Conchar in at the 2. That's the lineup out there for the Grizzlies. Russell passes to Anderson. Back to Russell. He can't get that one. And the Grizzlies going the other way now. Green kicks to Jones. Back to Green. Passes it to Jones. Inside. The pass to Green. Memphis needs to get off a shot here. Anderson outside. To the left wing. Here's McDaniels. From outside, off the mark.
Boy, they dodged one there, guys. I mean, he got the wide open look that he wanted, just didn't knock it down.
It's Jones on the wing. Fires for 3. Rebound, Minnesota. Gobert's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Prince misses.
I mean, that can happen to anyone, but it's ugly every time it does.
Yeah, it is unfortunate, embarrassing. He just lost his concentration for a split second. That's all it took.
Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Naz Reid, he's checked in for Rudy Gobert. Karl Anthony Towns comes in for Anderson. Edwards has come in for McDaniels. And Jordan McLaughlin subbed in for D'Angelo Russell. Green in the post. Guarded by Prince. And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A 3-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
Determined effort from Green there. Takes a foul, but sticks with it to get the and-one chance.
And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for Memphis.
They've been so aggressive getting out on shooters all game long. Nothing's getting past this defense, and that, to me, has been impressive.
And you also have to applaud how they've been able to create turnovers and then convert those on the offensive end.
Memphis leading by 13. Second minute off the clock now in the fourth. From the arc, and he's good on the three ball.
That corner pocket three is money time for Danny Green. Every time he can get that shot, he'll take it, and most times make it.
Outside Edwards. Pass to Reed. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
And no matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball inside.
And the free throw, no good. Memphis has gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Clark, the pass to Jones. Clark, a screen on Prince. Back to Clark. They kick it out to Green. Offline with his three. Timberwolves trail by 14. It's Edwards on the wing. Right side Towns. It's rebounded by Memphis. Here's Conchar. Pass to Jones. To the paint. Here's Eldorado. Goes straight to the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. It's on Anthony Edwards. So Memphis going with almost an entire new group here. Adams, he's checked in for Brandon Clark. Dylan Brooks comes in for Danny Green. Baines checked in for John Conchar. And it's Morant in for Tyus Jones. Gobert, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. D'Angelo Russell comes in for Jordan McLaughlin. Edwards with it. Now defended by Adams. Edwards can't hit. And Adams has got the ball here for the Memphis Grizzlies.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory
for the Grizzlies.
The blocking really turned things into their favor this time.
Great timing, anticipation. They got the blocks, and that definitely changed the momentum of this game.
And a great team effort tonight, helped in large part with contributions, and the nice night it ended up being for Jaren Jackson.
Well, he was swatting shots all game long, really owned the defensive end and got a ton of blocks and really protected that rim.
They get it again. Over to the left wing. Anderson, a screen on Morant. Here's McLaughlin. Here's Anderson. That shot off. Some solid defense there from Jackson. Memphis with the ball. Big run right now going for him, 11-2. Brooks kicks to Bane. Morant outside. Back to Adams. Crafty move. And Adams with the slam.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
Yeah, what a time to put the hammer down. Any hope of a comeback diminished.
Passes to Reed. It's stolen by Adams. Outside, Bane. It's Morant with the drive. Brooks misses. Anderson with the ball. From deep. And the miss. So no problem for Memphis as they get the win. It was a tale of two teams tonight. One that was in total control, operating flawlessly. The other just searching for answers that they could never find.
I mean, the energy here is just so tremendous. Fans involved from the get-go. And once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see that rhythm.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that's going to do it tonight, folks.